Here's a Concept 2 rowing machine that I just bought for my mom. I'm going to be doing an unboxing and how to assemble this thing. There are a ton of videos online that are probably shorter than mine, but that's okay. So if you don't want to watch mine, that's up to you. If you like my video, do a thumbs up, subscribe, a like. If you want to donate to my channel, ask for my PayPal info. And what else is there? If there's a product you want me to review, if I can get a hold of it, I'll do a review. So, because that's what this is a review channel. So this is what it looks like when you buy the Concept 2. I've got the box open now, and it's nicely packed. It's a huge box. It is 70 pounds. You can buy it directly from Concept, which I did. They will charge you for the price of it, and then the additional shipping charge and tax. Or you can buy it online from the Big A. You know what the Big A is. And they will do the exact same thing. The difference is that if you buy it directly from Concept, I think you get a 2-year warranty. And if you buy it online from the Big A, you don't get that 2-year warranty on something. I could be wrong. So what I'm going to do now is, there is not a lot to put this together. You probably could have watched another video, like I said, and you'd be done now with the instructions. I believe there are 8 bolts that you have to, 8 screws, 8 bolts. Originally, I think they were using hex head or Torx. So there are 2 brackets and a base bracket that has a wheel on it and 8 screws, and then the rail snaps in. So let me get everything out of the box now. Dog likes to be part of all of my videos. When I'm doing a video, she wants to sit right next to me and watch everything I do. So there she is. Okay, like I said, I'm going to take everything out of the box now, get it on the floor, and then I'm going to start putting things together. This is what it looks like from the other side of the box, in case you run into problems and you have to ship this back. I think the rail, the handlebars are down on the bottom over there. And we've got the side rail. This is gray. It also comes in a black. And down on the bottom, you can see there's a package with instructions. And it looks like, I believe that is a Torx head. Might be an Allen head, but it's probably a Torx. No, it's a Torx head, I think, driver with handle. Get your Torx driver ready. Get your screws out of the package. There are 2 pieces of material that you're going to be working with. One is going to be the short piece, and then we have the long piece. You're going to take the short piece and you are going to mount it on this bar. This is the thing with the casters. You want the casters to your right. You are going to take this and mount this over the center. This is the small one on your left side. And then you're going to take the large one and you are going to place it over the top of the small one and line up the 4 holes. And then you are going to hand tighten the screw into each one of them. This will be a little weird to do, to get everything lined up, but you can do it. You just saw that I did it. So you're going to do that with all 4 of these screws. There you go. I've got all 4 screws in there. You can see now how the short one, this is the short piece, the bottom of the short piece is on the crossbar, and then we take the longer piece, which is behind, and that lines up with the 4 holes, and then we insert 4 of the screws, and then I'm going to take the driver and I'm going to tighten them down now. Make sure you insert them by hand and turn all 4 of them in carefully so you don't cross-thread anything. And then tighten them down till they bottom out. And this is the 4th one. Tighten down till it bottoms out. That way I know that everything is seated properly. Now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hold this down, and I'm going to use my other hand and I'm going to tighten this down as tight as I can. You don't have to go too tight. And then I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to tighten that down. And then I'm going to go across and I'm going to tighten that down. It needs a lot more tightening. And then I'm going to go over here and cross over, and I'm going to tighten that down. Okay, so we're almost finished because we've done the first 4 screws. I finished removing everything from the box. I got rid of the rail, and so luckily I opened up the package the right way. The unit's upside down. I have over here, I've got 2 screw holes and 2 screw holes over there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the long arm. This is the long arm. This one's the short arm. I'm going to take the long arm and put it at the front of the unit with this air part over there. And I'm going to take the arms. I'm going to line up the... Well, that doesn't appear to line up properly. I must have done this backwards. Why is that happening? I didn't think I did it wrong, and I am right. I did not do it wrong. It just appears that you have to do a little bit of bending when you mount this thing in there. So I'm going to try this again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the smaller rod. I'm going to put the 2 screws into the back part over here. I've got the 2 screws in the back, and now I'm going to tighten them down. I'm not going to torque them down. I'm going to tighten them down until it starts to bottom out a little bit, and then let's see if we can get the other part attached. It looks like you have to do a little bit of pressure and bend that rod inward a little bit. You can see over there it's not 100% lined up, but I think that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get over here. See, they don't show this in the video. They just show how you pop this thing together and it goes together perfectly. Which it's going together perfectly, but just a little bit of trouble. Okay, so now we're lined up a little better. What I had to do when I put it together is I had to take these 2 things and bend them in a little because they were not, it would not line up, so I put the 4 screws in again and I pressed in on here, and now everything's lining up properly. Originally it was way, way off. So I've got my screws in there. I'm going to tighten down the front screws. And then we're almost done. You know, it's amazing it's incredible when I make these videos and I read instructions and I follow them, and there's always something that goes wrong, and it's not because of me. It's just because of the instructions or the product. They don't detail enough what the average person's going to run into. And with me, I looked at it and I thought, why in the world is this not lined up? Because everything was put together right. Well, as I said, I just had to bend the smaller and the larger rail inward a bit so that it lined up. I'm going to go to the 2 back screws and finish tightening those down. I know you can't see them in the video, but we're almost finished. So that's all there really is you've got the 4 screws that I showed you in the beginning. You've got the 4 screws for this rail over here. And let me stand up now, and I'm going to take this thing, I'm going to turn it upside down so that so this is on the floor. I've got everything standing on the wheels now and the back part, which is really the center part where the feet go. So you can see this metal rod over here. This metal rod, and there is an opening, it's a little opening on the bottom of this thing over here. This piece is going to fit onto that metal rod over here. We're just going to lift it up with the foot straps. And then after we get it seated, we're going to press this piece down, I believe, to lock it in place, or to hold it in place, not really lock it in place, because if you want to take it apart later, it's very easy to do. So let's try to get this positioned and finish off this video. Alright, here we go. I think we've got it zoomed out enough. And let's see what happens now. So, is that showing? Yeah, it looks like it's showing. So I've got this part over here, and now I want to raise this thing up. You need to raise it up. I think it's going to show on the video. I'm going to raise it up by the foot strap. And I'm going to angle this. Okay, I think you saw that. You just angle it. Remember I showed you the metal piece and the gaposis. So you want to angle that, get the... let me lower this a little bit. Okay, I got the metal piece into the slot. Let me show you that again. I'm going to lift this thing up, angle it down, so you want to put it. That's the seat flying back. That gap that was in there, that little opening, it is around the metal rod, and then you lower this down, and as you lower it down, close this little lip that's over there. And that's all. That's really all there is to it. Now we've got a couple steps to go. We're going to take the display and tilt it forward so that you can see it. And then we have the handlebars down there. We can take the plastic off of it. And put it into the handlebar holders. Removed, pull the, wow, this is beautiful. I have a water rower. If you check my channel out, I got the water rower a few years ago that's really nice. Not from concept, but it's still really nice. And I bought this for my mom. She wanted to get in shape. So I thought, why not? It's a good price and it's a good gift. So I'm going to go and take this thing now and take off the plastic. And that is a very long assembly video on how to put this together. It is beautiful. My water rower has a strap instead of a chain, and it has water instead of whatever this thing is. These are very expensive. Both of them are very expensive, but as far as rowing, you know, rowing's going to do your back, your shoulders, your legs, your thighs, and your cardio, and it's really going to give you a massive workout. Treadmill is just going to do your lower body and some cardio. And what else is there? I think overall it's a really good workout. So I'm going to put this thing on the tripod now, and I'm going to test it out for the first time and give you my opinion. I'm going to lean forward. I'm not even going to use the display right now. I really don't care about that. Back. One. Oh, this is smooth. I know my form's not the greatest. Trying to keep my back straight, legs bumped against my foot, which you don't want to do. Oh, this is incredible. It is not loud. It's not something you'd want to use at 2 in the morning. If you had somebody in the room with you. How long have I been on this one? It's a really nice display. I've been doing this for 32 seconds now. Oh boy. I'm going to go for 1 minute. It's very smooth. I'm going really fast, faster than I should because I haven't done this in a while. Back, pull, do. So what you want to do when you're doing this is you want to go back with your legs, pull the thing into your chest. Let me see if I can show that. People, I'm happy I bought it. It's a really good gift for her. I've got sweat all over my forehead just doing this a minute and a half. It's smooth. It's a nice ride. You can move the display forward or backward. I don't know how much maintenance needs to be done on this. Maybe some lubrication on the chain every once in a while. Adjustable foot posts over there. Seat glides really nicely. You can take this rail off, as you saw me do when I put it back, together, and stand it up to store this out of the way if you don't want it taking up all the room. It's only about 2 feet wide. I think about like 8.4 feet long or something, and you want to have some room behind you, so maybe 9 feet, so it fits into the corner of this room perfectly. And it's a good product. Spend your money on health now so you don't have to spend it on medical bills later. Thanks for watching the video. Thumbs up, subscribe, like. Remember, if you run into that problem that I had, where it looks like the front and back rails are off and it's not going to line up, just bend them inward a little bit and everything will go perfectly.